I'm Kimberley from McGrath Northern Rivers Group, and we are based across Austinville, Ballina, Lennox Head, and Byron Bay. And I'm team leader of our Lennox Head office.
And thank you so much for jumping on to walk us through what you've enjoyed about Tapi and a little bit about your experience. I'm going to take it right back to the beginning. So you guys have been with us now since maybe the last quarter of last year, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So, like all offices, we were unsure how it was going to fit in the business. Having a mix of staff being long-term property managers and a lot of newer into the industry. It did take some convincing to get some of our staff on board, but our hardest critics day one were the ones to go, oh, this is great. Oh my God, this is amazing. So ever since then, it has honestly been smooth sailing.
That's amazing. And you know what? That is honestly common feedback that we get quite often is people have a couple of sometimes they could be slightly older people or people who've just had processes that are going, they've been perfect since they joined years and years and years ago. And what's really weird is that sometimes those are the biggest advocates for Tapi as soon as it gets launched. So I'm pleased that you guys had that experience as well.
Yeah, no, it's been fantastic.
And in terms of your onboarding itself, obviously I spent a bit of time with the team. How was that experience?
That was amazing. Like that, you coming here and our Zooms as well, just made it more personal. The staff could ask as many questions that they liked. It definitely helped people just get comfortable, and our operations team just to see the running of it from where to go, and see how we're going to roll it out, and educate our owners. And it wasn't just about us, it was our owners as well as our trades to make sure this was going to be good for everyone. So every bit of advice and everything that you helped us with just made that even more easier. So thanks for that.
I'm so pleased to hear that. I think that's such an important part of an onboarding or a launch journey. I mean, not only can it potentially be daunting for new tech for your team, you really don't really know how that's going to permeate out beyond into your renters, into your owners and tradies. So it is a really important part of what we do is not only give you guys that confidence, but also give you what you need to be really confident out to those stakeholders too. So I'm pleased out that way. And once you launched, what was the biggest difference that you noticed with your maintenance?
Honestly, there were no more outstanding maintenance because the automation reminders are just a game changer for the staff. So that was probably our biggest thing that we noticed, but also staff just seemed to be a little bit more lighter in their mood when maintenance came through, where previously that panic setting and how am I going to manage this with time, with what I already have to do today. So that was probably the biggest thing we noticed, that staff were a little bit more like, okay, we've got this. A lot of the work was already done for them with the troubleshooting, and all the details come through with the photos, the videos, and that's an easy, send on to owners or trades for the next step. So for us, the automation, the communication, those two things just make our office a little bit more lighter and everyone's enjoying their job a lot more.
That is exactly what we want to do. I mean, I used to have a sign in the back that says property maintenance sucks, but I take it down for these calls because it doesn't suck for you, right?
And it doesn't suck anymore. And, even down to the tenants loving the regular updates and the feedback. So our feedback, and there wasn't much pushback either from landlords or tenants once they understood the system, to log things, and they loved that regular bit of, feedback of where the trade's up to, where the booking's up to. We don't get hounded anymore. I haven't heard from this person. Where's this job up to? Everything's just a lot more calmer, clearer communication all around.
We want visibility, and I love the calmness. That makes me very, very happy. So saying all of this, would you recommend Tapi to somebody who is struggling with maintenance at the moment?
Oh, 100%. I do, all the time.
What is
I wish this was in place when I was a property manager. You know, I've just stepped into team leader in new business after having my own portfolio for 24 years. And I tell you what, you know, this is a game changer for the industry. So.
Oh, well, we are absolutely thrilled to be working with you. Thanks for all of the amazing feedback and enjoy the rest of your day.